He knocks on the door.
Let's see if we can get some knuckleheads to join us here.
Come
We're
on,
live
knuckleheads.
again. We're back on the page. You just watched us do an episode. We reviewed a movie and all that shit. I labeled this one as Ocha After Dark.
Nice.
So this is just a free for all because me and Maddie wanted to hang out for a little bit longer after the episode because I could tell there was a lot to say. What's the scariest thing that you've seen recently, Maddie, that like legitimately got you like, "Ooh." Video game or
Um,
movie? No, go ahead. You have an answer, maybe.
so I played Resident Evil the Village, and there is like I guess what you'd call like I guess level 2 boss or the second boss
Mm-hmm.
levels. There's a scene. I mean, are you gonna play it? I don't want to spoil anything.
Eventually, not anytime soon. Go ahead, go for it. I don't
It's
know.
just like there's a baby in it. It looks like it has kind of like a vagina mouth. It's the stuff of nightmares.
So,
It's huge. It runs around this house. It's like it's just so weird, and you don't want to look at it long enough because it moves fast enough that you like have to get moving in the game. Which is maybe I'll replay it and kind of sit on it and see how it kills me or something. But
yeah.
that it's just there was like nothing like so nothing happens in that level really. Like there's
Uh huh.
dolls. It's just creepy and unsettling, and I was just the nerves were getting built up. I was like, I gotta get out of here, and then
Yeah.
then the baby shows up, and I was like, yeah, this is stuff. This is like this is like if David Lynch remade Eraserhead about like being a father. It's like if I can make a
Okay. Yeah.
giant if I can make a giant puppet of the weird baby doll or something. Yeah, it's I just was like, oh, this is weird. And then
Do you think a
I
vagina
was
mouth is more scary than a dick mouth? What if the baby had like a dick mouth? They'd just be like,
no,
"We
I would
can't show
laugh.
that." Yeah. Okay.
I would
Well,
just laugh. I
that's
mean,
why it's not sexist. It's that dicks are just funny.
yeah, I mean, I'm not scared of vaginas either. It just looks weird on a baby.
Yeah, for sure.
It just the way it's like modeled, probably drawn after the concept is just super like disturbing and weird. The thing is, I didn't see it coming. I knew it was like you heard a baby cry, and I was like, yeah, it'll probably be big. And then it's like, then I look at it and I'm like, oh shit, this is weird. And then I watched
Gotcha.
a Spanish flick called The Untamed. It's on Shutter. If anyone's viewing and has Shutter, it's just a weird like Cronenberg esque sexual
Did you
weird.
say sexual?
Yes, if you like
Keep
sex
going.
and you're into weird sex shit, watch it. Like
I like
Stefan
when you
is.
talk dirty.
Um, but yeah, that movie was.
Hmm.
It's not like scary, but just like unsettling, and just they show you just enough, and enough stuff happens to certain people being brought to this being that um, it's just unsettling. It's like, would you? And the people go willingly, which is crazy because they're unfulfilled in their lives, and they're talked into this being that can fulfill them sexually and everything else. It like whatever it's doing to them sexually fulfills any kind of like stuff going on in their head or anything that's not complete in their lives, so they're addicted to it. But it can also be violent, and it will get tired of, like I guess most relationships, sometimes you just get tired of that person and the all that. It's just a weird Cronenberg-esque movie.
Why do they always get tired of me?
I don't know, dude. It just happens. It's called life relationships.
This is that dirty Spanish movie you're talking about?
Yeah, it's called The Untamed. It's on Shutter. And then I watched Caveat, which is also very weird, very slow burn. I think it's only like an hour and 30 minutes or something, but definitely like Lynchian and very slow. It definitely builds. There's a couple times where I was just like, they'll just like show a guy looking through a hole, and then they'll do like just like so many seconds of it just being dark, and you're waiting for that scare, and then it'll flash back to his eye, and you're like, God, every fucking time.
Did
And
you
then they'll
watch that?
like, I watched it last night.
No, did you watch that Bo Burnham special yet?
I have not watched it. I've heard
I'm
great things.
Well, I'm excited for you to watch it because it's very David Lynchian. It's like
Yeah.
it's a horror movie. But anyway, I want to see what your thoughts are. It's great. It's that's why I liked it. It's just so different. It's like but it was funny.
I've watched
Also, it's good.
the trailer and heard like because Netflix does like if they're doing like it on the spotlight, the main page, they show a different song that he sings, And
Mhm.
then if you go down and like onto the special actual poster, it'll like show the trailer of a different song. And a friend of mine, she's watched it like 5 or 6 times and really enjoyed it and says I should watch it. So seems like it's gonna happen.
Tell a scary story. I'll score it.
I don't really have any scary stories.
Can you hear that music? Okay.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Let's get darker. That's not that dark. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Come and join in on the chat. Join in on the chat. We're. I don't know what I had planned here, but. Talk about aliens.
Aliens are scary. I'd like to meet one, but I wouldn't want to be abducted by one.
You know what's the
I hope they're
scariest thing of all?
friendly.
Not having air conditioning.
Hair conditioning or air conditioning?
Either. My
It's
shit gets
true, though.
frizzy in the heat.
I hate when I'm hot too.
It sucks. And all you people probably at home watching got AC, you're all comfortable.
We have to
Not
turn it
me.
off so you guys can hear our voices better.
Not me.
Because it doesn't make good audio quality. I'm over here sweating. That's not true. It's pretty chill in Seattle right now. I have a sweatshirt on.
What am I doing?
I do
Yeah,
have
it's pretty
sandies
cold over
on. My
there.
feet are a little chilly, but it's like a good chilly. You know what I'm talking about? That good chill.
Maddie's gonna freestyle.
No, I'm not.
This is a song called "The Good Chill."
I was hoping Stefan would start freestyling. I can't. That was my setup for a good freestyle. But
Yo,
I don't think it's going to
Yeah.
happen.
here we go.
Because I'm too white.
Maddie's too white. My friends think I don't like white people, but I do because most of them are white.
That's true.
And all the music I like is made by white people except for the Wu-Tang Clan. Those guys are the man. Do you understand? Here I go again. I'm rapping and I'm crazy. Never lazy. Okay, I'm really lazy. That's why I don't edit shit. I jump on live stream and get that shit. Me and Maddie, we don't forget no shit. You better be nice
That's
to
not
us
true.
or we're gonna come through your house with the... I don't know.
Don't say
I
it.
kinda lost it there.
Yeah. We're not going to come to your house and do
Xbox
anything.
360.
Just be nice to us. What?
I don't know. Kind of expected. You know, I didn't really have any expectations for the free-for-all. That's why it's called a free-for-all. What else do you want to talk about, Maddie? What else you been watching?
I don't know. Did you see that? You see that picture of Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy?
Yeah, they're already cranking out season 3, are they?
Yeah, I thought the costume looked pretty sick. I've never read the comics, so I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but I'm excited because the show's really good.
I've never read it either, and I like the show a lot. Jensen Ackles, he's from Supernatural, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll be cool, I'm sure. That what's his Soldier Boy is the name of the character. He's kind of like a Captain America kind of macho superhero that harkens back to the old days. I gather he's going to be pretty offensive.
Is he? I mean, I assume he is, but is he going to be like a hero bad, or is he going to like work with the boys?
Yeah, not sure. Anybody who's read The Boys, go ahead and chime in right now and let us know the bullshit we're talking about Soldier Boy, because we don't know nothing about other than he's Jensen Ackles from Supernatural.
Yeah, go ahead and chime in. Tell us what we need. Well, just tell us we need to read it.
Apparently, this is royalty-free music.
Nice.
So
What do you think about Rob Zombie doing the Munsters?
Oh, the Munsters? I'm curious about that because is it going to be like a fun Munsters movie or is it going to be dark and scary?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I hope it's scary to some degree.
I hope it's
funny for us, but scary for them.
I hope it's a little mixture of like just some weird creepiness, but fun. I'd like to see Rob Zombie do something a little different. Not necessarily like a family film, but something that you could possibly take your family to if you're into, like, you and your
Scare
family
the shit
watch.
out of them.
Well, no, because I don't think any of his movies are scary. I think they're weird,
Yeah.
and there's some like just Rob Zombie, White Zombie weirdness to them. But yeah, I'm interested to see what to do. I'm very interested in who he'll cast to be in this movie. I'm sure his wife will be in it.
Oh yeah, Sherry Moon. Here we go. This is fitting. You hear that? Okay, it's in the background.
Yeah, it almost sounds like a White Zombie song.
All right, cool. I like it. Supposedly it's copyright free, so hopefully I don't yank this fucking episode off the YouTube. This is a free-for-all conversation, folks. I put a link to this StreamYard on our Facebook. If you click that link, you have a halfway decent webcam or a mic. You can be on TV right now. Me and Maddie just had a conversation about some stuff, and it was great. And now here we are. I've been watching Unsolved Mysteries a lot. What else do I escape into? I've been watching... I generally, like, every few years, I'll watch the first 10 years of The Simpsons and try and pinpoint where it really got good and then when it really started to suck.
Yeah.
Season 8. Season 8, where it starts to get rocky. I would say season 4 is where it really takes off. John Schwartzwelder. He's a weird guy. Do you remember Jake Cholak from college? I remember in Chicago we lived with him.
I do remember old Jake Cholak.
This guy was obsessed with John Schwartzwelder, and for good cause. Like all the old-timey humor that runs through those old Simpsons episodes, that's like a majority of that is like John Schwartzwelder's sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I'm blanking on any kind of reference to that, but go watch you some Simpsons. They got it all pan and scanned to shit on Disney Plus, but it's still kind of nice to see it in HD. I'm gonna go all night.
Whoa, I don't know if I can do that. Dang.
Extended live stream. Just don't, if you gotta leave, just don't cut it off. We'll just look at that blank space of where you were. Just kidding. What else have I been watching? Days Gone is really fun. I could see why maybe at launch, I guess there's a lot of like bugs or something that really set it back, but also the storytelling is not like super great, I will say. But the gameplay is awesome. For those of you on the fence who downloaded it from PS Plus but have yet to play it, start playing it. Because it's the world, if you're an open world guy like I am, it's great. It feels like Ghost of Tsushima, but with zombies and guns and a motorcycle. It also feels a little bit like the first Red Dead Redemption, which I think if you like that game, you would know what I'm talking about. The soundtrack's really good, and they deliver on this like hordes of zombies kind of thing going on. There are moments where you'll turn a corner, and there will literally be like 30 to 40 zombies. Like they call them freakers in the game, which is stupid, but they come charging at you, and they're formidable enemies. So when you're out in the world, it feels like detrimental. It feels like you need to get the hell out of there, get what you need done, and leave. So it's been pretty fun. I dig that kind of game. I'm a third-person duck and cover shooter, open world kind of guy.
That's cool. Yeah, my roommate Brock was playing it for a while. He never finished it, but he was into it, but said there were just like issues with it and stuff.
Yeah, probably more closer to its launch. It wasn't quite as good, and I think also Last of Us 2 had just come out, so people were like, we already have that game, basically. But it's different than Last of Us 2. Last of Us, the series, great games, but it's a differentiation between sandbox gaming and open world gaming. I like open world because I like to explore. Yeah. Where are you at with that? Our good buddy Andrew, he doesn't like to explore.
I like some open world games. I think they can get a little like, Ghost of Tsushima was amazing. I did everything in that game. It was just open world. Yeah, I 100%ed it. It was just open world enough that it wasn't open world enough. Because I feel like games like Fallout are just too big.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at least Ghost of Tsushima is on an island, so you can kind of like explore it. You know what the open world is. Yeah. But I feel like even though I can see it in Fallout, there's always little pockets of... And like the same thing with like Elder Scrolls and Skyrim. It's just there's all these little pockets and these little side quests. I'm just like, I want to do it all. And then I get burnt out and I never finish the game.
That's one thing I will say about Days Gone and even Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima had a very compelling story, so I was like pushing through just the story. I didn't do a lot of the side stuff, which I should go back and do it. But with Days Gone, and with that game before I got wrapped in the story, is like there's so much to do. Like oftentimes with these kind of games, I just want to go and do the other things. in Days Gone, you got to go and like clear out infestation zones.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fun to just go and do, as well as it's kind of like the hideouts in Ghost of Tsushima, where you go and take out those encampments. They also have similar kind of thing in this game, but it's definitely my type of game. I like that you have to kind of work on your bike as you're going to. You have to fill it with gas. You have to, if you crash it, you have to sit there and fix it. So everything's about like how much time it takes you to do anything.
Yeah.
There's a big emphasis on you kind of like creeping your way through tunnels and stuff. Like they definitely take cues from movies and put it in a game that some of these type of games have not done yet, and I really appreciate that.
That's cool. Yeah, I watched. That's what Brock liked about it. He liked that you could upgrade your bike. He's sleeping. He's taking a little nappy.
Wake up!
But yeah, he liked that. There was like a bike, and you like had to fix it, and you could upgrade it and stuff. And it sounds cool. I just need to download it. I downloaded a Plague Tale: Innocence. I haven't played it yet though.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, I got Days Gone off of PS Plus when it was downloadable, so I got it for free. So at this juncture, I'd say wait if you want to play it to get it on sale. But it's definitely. Did you ever play that Mad Max game?
Oh yeah, I love that game.
It feels a little like that as well. It's got, you know, and the graphics are just really nice too. The world that they have is in Oregon somewhere. It's really mountainous and lush, so it's really fun to play and get lost in and stuff.
You know, I think the thing like watching my roommate play it was I wish you could like the thing I liked about Mad Max is I could have this really like huge beard and long hair and just look kind of haggard. But it's like it seems like in Days Gone you have to like stay with this character model of like backwards hat kind of biker dude, and I'm like, I don't know, just doesn't.
Yeah, you know who that is?
I know who that is.
The mocap actor. He's my dog. He was in Jedi Unleashed or whatever that was. I don't know who he is.
The Force Unleashed.
The Force Unleashed guy. He played Starkiller. What's his name? Let's look it up on IMDb for the audience. For the one person watching, thank you for watching. This is the free for all. Hit that link. Come join us. Hit us in the comments. Don't leave us hanging.
Do it. Come join us.
You know, you can check out our official episode that we did a little bit earlier. That has our Conjuring Devil Made Me Do It review, and we talk about Sweet Tooth. We also talk about
Demonic.
Demonic, the Neil Blomkamp thing. But I just wanted to stay and hang out for a little bit, get some social interaction with Maddie, and talk about nerd stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, the guy's name is Sam Witwer.
And he's been in some things. He was in the Mist. Frank Darabont's The Mist.
I like how he does games. I like how he's into mocapping for games and everything. Because at first I saw this guy and I was like, I don't know about him. But then now that I'm playing as him, I'm like, all right, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind playing as him. I just wish you could, like, take off the backwards hat.
Switch
Ain't my style, dude.
Put your hat backwards real quick. Let's see what it looks like.
You know, I would like Days Gone if it was just, no, not doing it. I wish Days Gone was, like, an RPG where you could just, like, design your own character and people just called you whatever that guy's name is.
I wish every open world game was like that and just had skill trees and I feel like when they introduce create a character, then they introduce the RPG elements. And I don't give a flying fuck about RPG elements. Give me a nice solid skill tree that has a beginning and an end. Maybe even a complex one to a certain degree where you really have to think about what you're putting your skill points into. But I don't want to sit there and grind and have to like build my character up. I understand that can be fun, but
honestly, the only reason I want that is to get different clothing and hairstyles. Right.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's all I care about. Like I just want to like customize my character enough to make myself feel like I look cool. Because that's what I liked about Ghost of Tsushima. Is it like, the guy looked the same, but I could wear cool masks, or I could like have flowing robes or samurai armor. You know, I could basically look like anything I wanted. Have different sword sheaths and in like Days Gone, it's like I just have to play as this one guy. I mean, I'm glad I got it for free, so I'll probably play it because I got it. Yeah. I always check like right before the month's end just to see what they're gonna put on for the next month. You know, because it's free, dude. I pay for it monthly, so I'm getting all them games.
There have been new games that I've wanted to buy and stuff, but like at this point, I pay for PS Plus and PS Now. And there's so many games to play. I'm not even worried about buying new ones, because then eventually you get to them and they go on sale, or they just give them away for free. And like that's the kind of gamer I am. I've also been playing Car Mechanic Simulator that dropped on PS Now.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so good.
Can you fix your car now?
No.
No.
I think my brother said it's like a very basic set of information in terms of cars or whatever, but I don't know that he knows how to work on cars either. My brothers act like they know how to work on cars. I've never seen them work a car. Anyway, but I could tell you where your freaking fuel filter is, your water pump. I could tell you where your manifold cover is.
What is it? Is this game like you're a mechanic and then like someone comes in and goes, my car's broke, and then you just fix it?
You're in a garage and it's got great graphics, and so you're in a garage, you take orders, and your orders, sometimes they're like real cut and dry, like do this, that, this, and this, and you like know exactly what you need to do. You knock them out real quick. But then other ones come in and it's like, like a little blurb, and somebody's like, I don't know what's wrong with my car. There's knocking coming from the back, and there's smoke coming from the front, and there's this, that, and the other. So you have to like go through and kind of like examine the car, look at different parts of the car, put it on the lift it up, and you got to kind of like find what's wrong with it for some of the cars, which is really fun, because then you start doing it, and then you get your orders, you figure out what parts you need, you go and you order the parts, and then you put the parts on the car. Well, you take the other parts off first, and then you put the other parts on the car, and it's actually a lot of fun. It's like a puzzle,
like,
and
if you do it wrong, you start it and it doesn't work and you have to restart?
Yeah, totally. And you can take them out to drive on various different tracks, and then I believe you can like upgrade your garage, and it's exactly what it says it is. The music is terrible, and I was sad for a second because it didn't seem like it gave me the option to lower it or turn it off. And I was like, no, I have to listen to this whole music and play this game. Not going to be able to play this game. This music sucks. But then I went to the back of the garage, and there's a radio there, and you just turn the radio off. But not only that, I turn on the Spotify app in PS4, and then I throw on some metal, and then now I'm working in my garage, working on cars to metal. It's like I finally get to simulate being a man. And it's pretty cool. All the farting takes place in the real world, but it's happening. But that's been fun. Yeah, I've been playing some games. Watching. A new season of Alone is out. The first episode was good. There's always somebody
all alone, dying and making it out alive.
Well, it's like you get various types of people out there. You get people out there who are like ready for, I think they're all ready to be like humbled by nature or whatever. But some of the guys go out there with like, oh, I'm big, bad, hot shit, and I've been the toughest guy anybody's known in my neighborhood for years, so I'm out here. And then like real shit starts happening to them out there, whether it be bears or some kind of injury. And
is this like a Survivor type show?
Kind of. So it's a reality show, but it's not like any of those reality shows. It's actually really very good. So there's like, I believe 8 contestants or something like that each time, and they're placed in a certain location, different. For a long time, it's been in the Vancouver, I forget what the forest is called, but it's somewhere high in Canada, near Alaska. But anyway, they moved them to an area called Grizzly Mountain for this season. And so there's a $500,000 prize for the person who can stay the longest and survive off the land. And they have to film themselves, so don't have a crew with them. They have to film themselves and survive, tackle the elements. So many people have been on the brink of starvation. And,
is it like they can like shoot off a flare for them to come get them?
They just have to call from a satellite phone, and they tap out basically if they're ready to go home. There have been seasons where, like, the first episode, somebody just comes a little too close to a bear for the first time, and they're like, fuck it. First day, I'm out of here. Get me out of here. You know, and they're all kind of bummed out, but they're glad they didn't get eaten by a bear. And then
has anyone been eaten by a bear?
No, so far nobody's actually been harmed by any of the animals, luckily. But if that were the case, it would be crazy, because like, say for instance somebody was in the bush there and they got ambushed by like a mountain lion, they attack from the back, or like eaten or attacked by a bear, anything. If it gets them, like they're done. I'm not sure what the network would be able to do with the show if they just
I mean,
edit
they
them
probably
out.
have to sign like a waiver, right?
Right. They would definitely they sign a waiver and stuff like that. But if you happen to get caught between a cougar and a hard place, and not in the good kind of way, um, you're dead. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
This guy on the first episode last night, he had heart issues, and he was aware of that. And he's like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna do my best or whatever. And he had a bad heart attack a couple years earlier, or like a year earlier, so he's just trying to do it without getting himself into too much trouble. And he noticed as he was getting hungrier, it's been like a week and a half or something that he's going. He his because he's not giving himself nutrients, his heart is starting to go crazy and his body's getting weak. So he really gets into this situation where he's afraid that he's having a heart attack out there on Grizzly Mountain, and he's about 3 or 4 hours away from help. So it could have gone any way. He was saved, and he was the first guy to leave so far. But there have been lots. There's 8 seasons in. This is the 8th season. It's like one of my absolute favorite shows. This show is a
What's
show
the best
that
season?
changes your life. They're all the best season. I can say that unequivocally without any doubt in my mind. If you start at one, you will be hooked. I like survival shit, and it's not like, it's not like Survivor Man or Man vs. Wild, and they're not like, narrating.
I like
their way
Survivor
through.
Man.
I like all those, actually. I mean, I like all those kinds of shows. But Alone is like really these people who are like more or less wilderness survival. I mean, they've got a lot of skills, the people they let out there. So they're
Did
well
you
qualified.
watch? Did you watch when Survivor Man went looking for Bigfoot?
I didn't.
It's
Is it
pretty
great?
fun. You should watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I was really into Bear Grylls at first, and then people were like, "Oh, you need to watch Survivor Man," and I'm like, "Nah, I'm a Bear Grylls man through and through." And then there was a whole thing where Bear Grylls, like, I mean, obviously has a crew and stuff, and I was like, "Oh wow, there's a fair amount of drama that I'm just buying into," and Survivor Man's actually doing it by himself. Les Stroud.
Yeah.
So I've seen a handful of episodes. I should watch more, but I do generally like this kind of thing. Alone is the best. It'll change your life. Every contestant is like, whether they win or not, they go through it and they're like, they kind of seem to feel like they realize what's most important in their lives and what's more important than working your ass off.
And it's not being
70
alone.
Yeah, and it's definitely not being alone. And I think the solitude is really what gets them there. And it looks tough. I think I'd last a week, but I'm very excited for the new season.
Are you gonna apply? You should try to go. You should try to do it.
I'm such a noob. I think I could do well with what I do know, but I'm definitely not at the level of some of the people that have gone on. And it's so funny too, because like you'll see a lot of the men on there, they're having like these transformative, painful, suffering, like near Buddhist experiences of their own existence. And like a lot of the women are just like, they got nice little shelter. They built a little road up to their thing. They're just prancing around the jungle doing just fine. Not really, they're definitely having the same emotional kind of stuff, but it seems like the women in this show are tougher than the men generally, and that they just can adapt quicker to nature. It's so interesting. But that being said, there are a few women that have like run into some pretty extreme circumstances that sent them home. Injury, it's like you have wild animals, but injury is probably something that's worse than anything, because you don't really have.
Has anyone been attacked by a wild animal? I don't mean a bear or a mountain lion, but maybe something smaller.
Last season, there was this ultimate badass who was charged. He was following like it was like a wild yak or something. I think it was in the Mongolian season last season, possibly. Maybe not. But what animal was it? Anyway, it was some animal in the jungle, and it stormed him. It wasn't like a bear or a cougar, but I think he wounded it at first from afar, but this thing like came at him, and he like jumped and like stabs it and goes down with the thing, and he shanks this animal and gets all this meat after it, but it could very well have killed him if he didn't make that blow. And some people are super ingenious, and it's just really how you go about.
So are they catching like squirrels and rabies and shit like that to eat?
Anything they can. If they're near the water, there's like, they'll eat seaweed, like anything you can get, because food. And they place them in there during like right before fall, so winter's hitting. The longer they stay, I think the longest anybody's been was like something.
Is there
100 days or something like that.
Is there a
No, maybe
time
like
frame, or
60.
they just try to survive as long as they can, and whenever they're
It's
done, they're done?
the competition's a last man standing, so they
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, so whoever stays out there last, because there's this one guy, he's like, I know I won. I mean, I know I'm gonna win. I'm just waiting for the last guy to tap. Why isn't he tapping? You know, he's like, sure of
Oh,
it,
so
sure
they
of it.
know when someone leaves the competition?
They don't actually know, but the guy like felt it in his bones. He's like, I know I've already won this. I know I'm going to win this, but you know, he's just
Did he win it?
why haven't the boat come? Why haven't the boat come? And then yeah, this guy, he won because that last person was hanging on somewhere off on the other side of the island. So we get to see what everybody's doing, but those guys are truly alone. And they have a pretty hefty bit of camera equipment to like not only know how to use, but to lug with them anywhere they go, you know, like that's got to be so tough on top of just trying to like maintain your sanity sometimes and surviving wild animals and shit.
Oh shit, I
It's
forgot
great.
my camera, but I caught this wild animal. Damn
Yeah.
it.
There've been
I'm
moments
just
where
not
you
gonna
get to
film
see
it.
the good stuff, but you can hear it sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's the best show ever. I highly recommend it.
You sold me. I'll probably watch an episode tonight.
Yeah, check it out.
Or
You can,
5.
I think you can watch the first 7 seasons on Amazon, possibly, and the new one.
Is it not on it? Oh, good.
It's on something. Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
And the new season you can watch on the History Channel. It's free the day after it airs. So,
Nice.
anywho, I was hoping
I
Free
started-
for All would yield. Oh, go
I
ahead.
started reading Harrow County by Cullen Bunn.
That's your dude.
I've not read that much by him, but
You like
he's a
his
horror
buns?
guy. If his
a novel?
buns, it's a graphic novel. And if by buns you mean his writing style, then yes, I do like his buns.
What
He-
did he do? We've talked about him before.
He wrote a werewolf novel called, I think, Wolf's Rain. And it's basically, it takes the whole werewolf like virus and stuff, and instead of like you just having it and turning into a werewolf constantly, it turns you, makes you kill a bunch of people, and then leaves you and goes to a different host. And basically, you're following this main character who had it, killed a bunch of people he loved, and now he's trying to track the virus to stop people before they get it, or like kill them and try to maybe find the source of this virus or who maybe spread it or something. And it's just a super inventive werewolf comic. But that was my first introduction, and I have that comic, and it's super sick. The artwork's really good in it too.
Didn't he do something else though? A movie adaptation, something adapted? From
Oh,
his
he
book,
did
or-
Empty Man.
That's what it was. Okay, yeah.
He wrote the Empty Man comic,
Right on.
which
You're
is
tapped in. You're on the pulse of like horror fiction.
well. A friend of mine got me this comic for my birthday or Christmas like years ago, and it's like one of those library editions, so it's pretty thick and just like a hardcover. So the hardcovers intimidate me for whatever reason. I don't know why. And I was just I got her a book, and I was like, "You haven't read it yet?" And she's like, "Have you read any of the stuff I got you?" And I was like, "No." So I was like, I got to read it now. And I started it, and it's really good. It's about like witchcraft and just elder ones, and it's pretty cool. Story's really good, pretty creepy. It'd make a great Netflix, Amazon, whoever wants to pick it up show. So
Nice.
it's cool though.
That sounds pretty good. I guess I don't really have much more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm stoked for Alone, and I want to play Days Gone now, but I'm going to play a Plague Tale Innocence first because I think it looks
That's
sick.
by the makers of Senua.
I don't, maybe. I just know that
Did you compare it to that or something?
well, they just said someone quoted in like one of the reviews, like if you enjoyed Hellblade and that experience, A Plague's Tale is on par with that experience. And I thought Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice was a fucking great game. And I'm really sad that the sequel to it is an Xbox exclusive, which I hope in a couple of years it's not. So then I can play it on PS5 because I love that story and the graphics and the monsters and the mythology was so cool.
You don't have a PS5 yet, do you?
No.
No, that's right.
My old roommate is thinking about getting rid of his because he's a PC gamer now, but he has a lot of games on it, and he he was like asking $600 for it, and I was like, it's not bad,
Yeah.
but I don't
There's gonna be
know.
come around Christmas time. There's gonna be some, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait because usually my
Yeah.
parents and grandparent give me some, just throw me money for Christmas, and that's usually what I get game systems with because it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like,
I
they
want to
want me to
wait.
get something with it, and that's what I want. And I don't normally just buy game systems myself, so
Yeah.
it's always what I do when I get that money. I'm like, sure, I'll get a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. I want to get a Switch for sure. I'm gonna wait for the PS5 Slim.
Yeah, that's. I also kind of want to wait too, just so I could get one that's not new. That way, when I have it for 5 to 8 years,
Yeah.
it, like my roommate, his is like makes this when the fan kicks on, it's like,
Yeah. I know. That's the
and it's
one
like,
thing.
oh god,
Playing any game from like the last 3 or 4 years like makes my PlayStation go nuts. The fan cooling it off, it's so
yeah,
loud. And I guess the fan is strong enough that it'll just go as fast as it needs to for your game, but it gets extremely loud.
yeah.
So one of these days I'll be able to afford something.
My main reason for get a PS5 was just so I could have more storage. Because
Yeah.
I can only keep like, depending on how big the game is, I usually have like 5 games, and then people be like, "Let's play like Dead by Daylight," and I'm like, "Well, I gotta download it so tomorrow," and then by tomorrow, no one wants to play,
Yeah.
or I'm just like, I downloaded it, but I want to
That's
delete
the
it for
other
something
thing.
that's,
What I'm learning, what I have learned is if you have the opportunity, get a direct line into your system. I have an Ethernet going from the router straight into my PS4, and it's like takes like half an hour to download a game and install it.
yeah,
And PS Now, I wouldn't have PS Now if it wasn't for the ability to do that. And actually, PS Now is pretty good because you can download games if you didn't have a direct link. But I've been streaming everything I've been trying out,
nice.
except for Days Gone. I download that, but it's pretty good. Go on Ethernet cable. You know, people they talk all this shit about having great Wi-Fi, get the best Wi-Fi, but no Wi-Fi is going to be as good as a direct line in. So something to think about next
Yeah,
time you move to
we'd
one.
have to. My situation is just like you'd have to run it. It'd have to be extremely long. We have to run
Yeah,
it through all this
50 foot.
bullshit. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean Brock has one in his because he set it up for, I think, this room. I don't know. I was
I
just
was
like, I don't
lucky
want
how
to
this
fuck with
turned
it.
out.
Yeah, it's just like a lot unless you have your own like studio or something, and you can just be like, fuck it, I'm running this cord under everything.
Yeah. Anywho,
I'm gonna go watch some Alone.
I'll let you go get some din din and whatever. Thanks for hanging for the free for all. I just wanted
Yeah,
to stay on a
dude.
little longer.
It's
Felt
been a
like,
minute since we've been on this.
yeah. I forget why we missed last week, but it was probably some bullshit.
I don't.
Um,
Weren't you kicking it with Chris,
yeah, he
our
wiped
good
me
bud?
out. That guy is so social. So, I don't get this
Ready
whole
for
thing.
everything.
I don't get this whole thing about trying to live life to its fullest. That sounds like a tall order to me.
He does a pretty good job. I just don't think it's for everybody.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. Love the guy. Always a good time. But I'm an introvert extrovert. I really like hanging out with people and stuff like that. But when I get that sense, like I want to go home, I want to be alone, I want to go into my own little bubble. I need that. I need that hard. And I spent.
I like a time frame on
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
If we're hanging out,
We spent a whole week, which was great. It was amazing to have Chris in Denver. We went camping with some buddies of his, and that was all really good. But I have a hard time hanging out with anybody more than a couple days a week.
dude, I feel you.
Admittedly.
I think the older they get and the
Yeah.
more single I have been,
Yeah,
I just
same
value my my me time, I guess.
Yeah, me too.
And it's hard like to get in like when someone's like I like during COVID, I was like talking to this girl, and we would like call each other on the phone every now and again, like,
Yeah.
and we watched X-Files episodes. It was really cool and fun. And then like I had a pretty intense work week, and I would just like send her a text, and she's like, I'm not really getting your Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? And I was like, what are you talking about?
You're
Like,
like,
I'm
ah,
in.
well, fuck you. Just
And
kidding.
then I got this basically this long text that was like, well, I need to like talk to you every night and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And if your roommates are more important than this, like developing this relationship. And I was like, so first of all, if you come between me and my buds, it's never gonna work out. Uh, and then the second thing was like really every night,
Yeah.
like, what are we in high school? Like, no, you hang up. No, 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 you hang up. I miss you more. No, I miss you.
Yeah.
And I
I
was
think
like,
I'm.
what the fuck? We're almost like 40 years old, both of us. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, if you can't go a couple days without hearing from me, even though I'm texting you, be like, hey, how's your day going? And that's not enough, then it's all right. I'm out.
Yeah. I
Cause Maddie gonna need some
have a
alone
hard
time.
time with it too. Me too. I don't know. I like people. I like hanging out. I like relationships and stuff. I just always feel like I get in trouble. I'm in trouble and like not paying attention enough, which I'm probably not
Yeah.
because yeah, I don't know. I've just become so accustomed and I feel like the norms of society are too much to like try and live up to, and a lot of the norms of society have to do with like impressing yourself upon somebody or gaining the acceptance of somebody. And I realize you don't, especially for women, young women, you don't want to just give it up to some rando, obviously, because it could be creepy or whatever. And I don't want women to just like give it up or anything like that. But what was I talking about?
Uh,
it's
Relationships, hanging out with people.
it's hard because yeah, I think about, oh man, that would be really great. Days are worse than others. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I'm like, man, I'm really glad I don't have anybody to answer to or have to hear the opinion of, oh, yeah, society's, the rules of society and how much of a tall order they are.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I just don't feel the need to put myself in a position where I need the opinions of anybody. And that generally is like everything. If you're trying to sell somebody something, you need them to accept that. If you're trying to plot, they need to accept you. If you're trying to be in a relationship, they need to accept you. And I'm just like, blind fuck. I've already accepted me. I
Yeah.
guess that's what I'm stuck with. But I was a little sad. I had to yell at her. She ate the top of my hamburger.
Who did? Your dog?
Rabbit. Yeah, we had a fight.
Is she like cowered in the corner, just curled up, not staring at you?
She's in her hiding place under the bed. I yelled at her good. I feel really bad about it, but she, and it's my fault because I give her too much people food, and she's just like, I stepped away for a second. She's usually good about this. She usually shows a little respect, but this time she went for it, and she ate the whole top part of my burger, all the good stuff. Anyway, it's been a rough day. Thanks for that.
Did you go
chat.
did you go get another burger?
I was like halfway done. I was like gonna go get another bun, but I just sat there and ate the rest of it in anger. And I was just mad at myself because I had to get mad at my dog. I wasn't so much mad at her. I should know better. She's like an animal.
Yeah.
It was.
But she also knows better. But she's an animal.
And that's something to learn. I'm an animal too, and I don't know any better, so I shouldn't be yelling at stuff. But I think Mercury's in retrograde or something.
That's the second time that's come up to me today.
I think things are extra tough. Somebody I was watching maybe on TikTok was like, there's a lot of negative energy going around this particular moon or some shit, so watch your conversations. And
Yeah, it was a rough week at work, dude. It's just like everybody was out or on vacation or some shit, and it was just I had to be there longer than I wanted to be, and I don't know.
Yeah, I had a string of like really like utopian days there for the last couple weeks. I was like, man, nothing could go wrong. And nothing is wrong, but I've been waking up the last few days and just feeling like, ugh. And then social media is not good for that too, because I start to fire off on posts where like I don't like to be mean, but sometimes like this guy posted a comic today, like a homebrew comic strip that he made, and it was so bad. And I'm like of the philosophy like if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I was like, nah, I'm gonna tell him without your preface of what's funny in this comic strip, the comic strip wouldn't be funny on its own. It's a weird guy. And he was very cordial about it. He wasn't like a jerk. I was the one being a jerk. And then I deleted it. And then that's another thing I hate is like taking things back, but you shouldn't have done it in the first place, and just felt like a bag of shit today.
Sometimes I want to comment on stuff, and then I just don't.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to be a thing, and it's just not worth it, man.
I agree. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be happy. I'm not unhappy. I'm just...
You want to cause a little chaos.
The other thing. Yeah, I think I'm looking for a sense of adventure. I think it'd be nice to take a trip somewhere. I'm definitely going to go camping again. It's going to be nice to get out, but then it's tough. I don't know. I think post-pandemic, we're all just kind of figuring out how to be social again.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time because I get addicted to that solitude, but then I start saying weird shit and acting weird in public. I don't really know what to do. A costume.
I have a question. Did you watch the Mitchells versus the Machines?
I haven't. Chris said I would really enjoy it. Have you watched it yet?
No. I felt
Let's
like
do a
it's probably
cartoon
something
crunch.
we should.
All right,
What's
I'll watch
the
it.
guys who did? Isn't it Lord and Miller and Lord, or whatever the fuck
The
those
Lego
guys'
Boys?
names? Yeah, and Spider-Man into the
Oh yeah.
Spider-Verse. Is that what that movie's called?
Yes, that was a great movie. I know. Chris said that was like the best. Chris, our buddy Chris Lee, he said that was like the best movie he's seen recently. Actually,
Chris has a very high standard of likes of things.
I invited him on the show. He says I'll come on. He's like, whatever we got to watch, I'm gonna trash it, but I'll be on. So that should be really fun. We'll have him on one day, and y'all get to see the glory that is Chris Lee. If you haven't met him already, he's been all over, so you probably met him.
Yeah, I'm assuming we have friends that are connected from everywhere that he's just met throughout his travels.
Places. You want to hear a song I've been working on?
Yeah.
It's just the guitar part yet, but hold on.
Yes. I'm really enjoying that Gojira album. I can't stop listening to it. Hello? Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh, I thought you recorded it. I'm getting a live performance.
Huh?
Yeah. Is it?
I want to show you my new riff.
I've really been enjoying that new Gojira album.
Yeah, that shit rules, man. It's a
When I first heard it, I went, it's all right. And then some kept calling me back.
Can you hear the guitar?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Really? All right. There's no
Your
effects
pick's
on
still in the strings.
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
There's no effects on it. It might be out of tune. I better use that. But here's what I've been working on. That's all I have so far.
Cool.
I like that dissonance.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Evil bit of sound. I'm gonna do like a kind of a deep gothy voice for it.
Nice.
That's all I have so far.
When's that new album dropping?
Fall.
Sick.
I know songs. Should I play a song?
Play Nirvana.
I don't know any Nirvana.
Play Smashing Pumpkins.
I can play 9 Inch Nails.
Play Nine Inch Nails.
Nope, can't play it.
Play Alice in Chains.
I wish.
Play Green Day.
I only know my songs.
Oh.
I should learn more songs though. I actually do know a couple songs, but I need like the app in front of me.
Play your favorite Stefan song. this your favorite Stefan song? To just
This is Jack Black.
it's a Tenacious D.
Yeah. How's that go? This is the greatest, best song in the whole world. No, I don't know. Nobody's watching.
Play the opening to your favorite Stefan song.
Where's my capo?
You're gonna play your favorite Stefan song?
Yeah.
Oh.
Play something. Play something. See what it sounds like. You can leave whenever you want. I'm just gonna sit here.
Just move to Seattle and then we could just sit there together.
Seattle. I'd be up to move somewhere. Next month.
Maybe that's what you need in your life.
My songs suck. What should I play?
Sounds pretty.
I got evil. Okay, what do I know?
Tricky.
Wake me up. I've fallen asleep again. Leave if you must. But I have given in. And I may never wake again. Lost in a dream. Shake me up. This life I'm living in. That's all you get because I forgot my lyrics.
That's pretty good. I was ready. I was ready for it all.
I forgot what came after that. God damn it. I got nervous, honestly. We're live. Tell a story from childhood.
No. I'm gonna go eat food.
Right on.
I don't mean to leave you, but I'm just hungry.
That's okay. I'm ready to go too. I'm gonna go smoke some weed.
Maybe you should open the next Ocha with a song.
I think I might.
I think it's a good idea.
Welcome to Ocha. Is the life that we've decided to live. Let me play one more song. I wrote it for my dog.
Okay.
How does it go? Nope, forgot that one too.
Do you record any of this or just...
Yeah, I have a bunch of it recorded. I think I'm just a little nervous because we're live even though nobody's watching.
But they could watch at any moment.
Oh, baby, you are the one for me. There's nothing else I know under the sun for me. I know I'll be cold, but I don't know how else to be. There it is. Oh, baby, you're just so sweet to me. What would I be without you loving me? Wherever it is, I know right now it was meant to be. So take my hand, take my heart away. Take my hand, take my heart away. I Couldn't imagine a better day. Something like that. I wrote that for my dog.
Nice.
She's cute. And I better go hug
And
her.
now,
I yelled at her.
if you ever sing that to a girl and they've watched this, they'll know you didn't mean it.
I know. I should be careful with that one because it's hot.
It's too hot.
Anyway, I'll let you go.
Okay.
You have a good old night.
You
Thanks for
too.
watching, folks. Whoever's watching out there.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
More coming from the Comfy Boys live in the future.
After hours. Comfy boys.
I
Goodbye.
shall see you then.
Bye.
Hey, I didn't do the outro last time.